So,
Wait, where's our names, though?
hang on. That's on the next slide.
Oh, duh.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kittredge Field. My name's Alex Roberts. I'm joined by Jared Miller today for a matchup between the Colorado Buffaloes and the Utah Utes.
Exciting matchup here, Alex, especially on senior night. And
Yeah, there's a pretty good amount of seniors on this team. Take you to the anthem here real quick. And with that, we're ready for a face-off between Colorado and Utah. And we've got a pretty good crowd here tonight.
yes, senior night, not as cold as the other nights we've been here.
It will get a little chilly, especially gripping the mics, but
It can't get worse than
no,
last
it
time,
can't.
right?
It can't. Or the time previous. It's going to get warmer. But we've got a long weekend of lacrosse for you all. 5 more games after this weekend. But this is the game. This is the first game, and it's senior night for the men's team. And, well, this is their first conference game here in the RMLC. Every other game so far this season for the Buffaloes have been non-conference games.
It's been a successful season so far as well. Ranked number 16th in the country. Certainly success early on in this campaign. As it's coming to an end, I guess, pretty soon.
So they'll have this game here against Utah, and they'll play their final non-conference game on Saturday against the University of Texas. After that, it'll be 3 road games against the remaining teams in their conference. So this is the Buffs' lone conference home game of the year. And they're going to have the only team in the RMLC that's not ranked.
Well, never want to take a team for granted, though.
No. These two teams, though, their records are very similar. Colorado has played 7. They're 4-3. The Utes have played 8, and they're 4-4. Utah has played a conference game. They played Utah Valley. Didn't go their way. Utah Valley is ranked number 4 in the country right now. You'd assume that.
Yeah, I mean, good conference to be part of.
A very good conference.
See that in hockey as well. Carries over to lacrosse. Colorado just can't catch a break.
CU is they are battle tested in their conference schedule, and what seems to be a lot of club sports. And this one is no different. With that, we're ready for the opening face-off. Buffaloes Utes is underway. And Mike Kulagowski wins the opening face-off. He's been so good for the Buffaloes this season in the face-off circle. And the last time we saw him against New Hampshire, he was just absolutely dominant. Really, New Hampshire could not get a single possession after a goal, it seemed like.
Also my favorite position in lacrosse. Not sure why. I just find it very fun. What's your favorite, Alex?
That's a good question. I don't know if I have an answer for that right now. I'll have to think about it, but maybe if I had to pick one right now, probably midfield, because they kind of get the most action.
Fair enough. Makes your job a little easier, don't they?
That's also just because in these types of sports, I always played midfield. And so Utah will have their first possession of the game after Colorado turns the ball over. This is Kenny Diamond as he handed it off to Douglas, their Those are the two leading scorers, Kenny Diamond, number 12, and Trevor Douglas, number 0. Douglas has 31 points on the year, 23 goals and 8 assists. He's got the ball right now, I believe. He does not have the ball, but it's knocked loose. Jake McIntyre trying to pick it up for the Buffaloes, but it's picked up there by Tyler Sorensen, who had the ball down low. And he was the person I said was Douglas. He's actually guarding McIntyre. It's going to be a start. That's going to be a matchup to look out for. Two of the better scorers on this team. McIntyre leading the charge for the Buffaloes this season. 21 goals on the year and just 2 assists. He has been a goal-scoring machine. And down low, here's Drew McConaughey playing in just his 4th game of the year. His first game was their game against New Hampshire, and he dominated with 4 goals and 2 assists, 6 points in the performance. And he had a really solid weekend in Florida. Currently has 8 goals and 4 assists. And there's the goal. First goal of the year. First goal of the game, not the year, goes to Adam Bach. It's 1-0 Colorado.
Well, this is what they did against New Hampshire as well a couple weeks ago before spring break here. They came out to an early lead and then didn't really give up. So we'll see if they can do the same here.
And so for Adam Bach, that's his 7th goal of the season in his 8th game of the year. Now his 11th point on the season for the junior. So Bach off to a nice start today. The second face-off goes back to Mike Kuligowski. He wins another one. He's got 2-0 on the day. He sends it behind. And so Colorado will try and set up a nice play. It's the senior Kroskin. Matthew Kroskin gets it down to Grayson Mitchell, another senior. This Mitchell is a graduate student playing for this Buffaloes team, and it's his last season. And he has also had a great season, 13 goals, 12 assists, 25 points. He's had a great year. Not only is he scoring a lot, he's been a playmaker as well. Nice move there from McIntyre. Tries to shake him off, and he had the ball knocked away from him. And so Utah trying to exit the zone. It's knocked away, and they'll pick it up. Oh, and a nasty hit by Bach, and the flags come out. Wow. Here comes Utah with the shot. Naaman with the save, and that'll draw the
that was a big hit, Alex.
that looked pretty nasty.
I don't know if there's another way to describe that.
Yeah, there's no way that would not have been called. That is going to get called every time. So we're going to go ahead and see what the scorekeepers decide and get the notification from the officials. It looks like Utah is going to have an advantage.
I would have to imagine so.
Yeah, and it's going to be in a minute. It's going to be a 1-minute advantage here. So 1-minute advantage for the Utes. And they start things off. Here's Douglas at the top. Gets it down to the far side and down below the net. Down to the near side for Auth. Douglas back up top as they're making the rounds. Fake the pass to Auth, and it goes away. It's going to pass the line. The refs whistle it, and the Buffaloes take possession. McCarthy will pick it up and start things off for the Buffaloes. So McCarthy now. Back for Mitchell. Backs off. Gives it now to Weston Keller. Keller. Bounce pass to McCarthy on the near side here. Another whistle and another flag here. Not exactly sure what the call was there, but we'll figure out.
A lot of whistles here early.
And, well, Utah's going to have more of an advantage here. Another penalty against Colorado. They now have 30 more seconds added to their advantage. They'll have 21 seconds with a 2-player advantage. Douglas will start things off. Douglas is going to fire a shot and score. Trevor Douglas puts home his 24th goal of the season, and the Utes have tied this one up at 1.
Yeah, I mean, two-man advantage there. Made the most of it, tied the game here with 11:28 left in the first quarter.
So they take off one of those advantages. Will they take off the other? Does not look like it. So Utah will still have 12 more seconds with an advantage. Face-offs are now 3-0 for Kuligowski, and he is just absolutely swarmed off the draw. And you can't hold on to it for much longer as the advantage for Utah is now over, but Douglas does have the ball. So Douglas will send it behind for Corrigan Campbell. And now on the far side, they'll go low. Try to set up a good look. Douglas on the near side. Some good defense there, but he's going to be able to get a shot off and score again. 2 goals for Trevor Douglas in about the span of 30 seconds. His 25th of the year now. And it's 2-1 Utah.
Well, they kept the advantage there for a little bit. Didn't lose possession afterwards and able to make it 2-1 in a short span. But still a lot of time left for the Buffs to respond. I don't think anyone's too worried yet here.
No, I'm not particularly worried. Douglas had some nice moves around Bateman. I thought he played pretty good defense, but it looks like Douglas had a really nice shot. And Naaman has hit both of his goals have now been led up to Trevor Douglas. And Douglas now has 33 points on the year, which ties him with Joey Chabola for the most points on the team.
4-0 in faceoffs now, Alex.
Kuligowski, he's showing off his prowess once again here. So he hangs on to it. And he'll just keep control. He's just going to hang on to it here. About 60 seconds on the shot clock. He's now going behind the net. Now tries to make a move. Now he gets the pass off. And that was Ben Hamilton, the senior, who backed off there. Bach now has possession of the ball up at the top. Bach trying to engage and get a good look. Now fires. He goes wide with the shot, and it goes out of bounds. McConaughey's close enough to keep possession for Colorado.
Yeah, some patience there. Still 37 seconds left on the shot clock.
Well, here's McConaughey. Has it knocked away. He lost his stick in the process, and there's the whistle. It's going to go to Utah. Looks like McConaughey did something he was not supposed to, and Utah takes possession. And so now Douglas, who already has 2 goals in the game, is looking for a hat trick in the first half of the first quarter. Douglas being guarded by Wells. Ryan Wells guarding Douglas, and he's got some good defense to try and force him to pass it away. Now here's a good look and a goal for Utah. It is 3-1 Utes. It looks like that's Dean Hives, number 16, with the goal, his 3rd of the season.
Yeah, not taking him a lot of time here to put the ball in the net. Just 3 quick goals in the last 2 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And starting to pull ahead here early in the first quarter. But again, still a lot of time left here for the Buffs to respond.
Well, I mean, they have been getting possessions off of face-offs. Kuligowski has not lost a face-off tonight. And this one's pretty tough and
Alex,
picked up by
that's what I call
Utah.
an announcer's drinks.
Yep.
Happens to the best of them.
Yep. And well, it looks like, not exactly sure who was taking that face-off for Utah, but it looks like he's going to win that face-off for the Utes. Ball picked up, scooped up again by John Zins, who gets it away and retreats to the sideline. Now here's Diamond. He's also a scorer for this team. 20 points on the year, 11 goals, 9 assists. And he gets the ball again. Douglas, guarded by Wells once again. He'll pass off to Diamond. Now at the far side, Bateman on the coverage. There's a shot and another goal. No,
He kept
no.
that one out, Alex.
No, that one
Behind
was
the
out.
net.
I think they hit the side of the net. Good pass there to get it away. And now here's Mark Olszewski, another senior for the Buffaloes. Mitchell now has this one, and he'll send it back for Kunkel. Here's Jake McIntyre, always dangerous with the ball. Had 5 goals against New Hampshire and just could not stop scoring. Here's Bach, he's already got a goal. Now down low, it's McConaughey. Seems to be where he likes to play. McConaughey fakes a shot, now passes it off to Baki. Bach makes a nice move, looking for a pass, and is picked off by the goaltender for Utah. That looks to be Max Hove, who has been the starter for this Utes team and has played the majority of the minutes. There's a shot, and Naiman is going to be able to make the save. It's going to roll all the way out of the zone. McConaughey's going to pick it up for Colorado. Makes a nice move. McConaughey with the shot, and he scores! A beautiful play all around from Drew McConaughey on the fast break.
Alex, is that the Scope Off Sports Player of the Week candidate?
Maybe.
Yeah. McConaughey has a way of spin moves when we're here, Alex. Because remember that move against CSU that blew up on Twitter?
Yeah, I mean,
blew up
as much as club hockey can blow up, he was the star of the show for the hockey team here at CU. I mean, he's showing off his skills here on the lacrosse field, and that is a beauty of a goal. Shook the defender loose after he picked it up and fired it home past Hove to get the Buffs within 1. Kuligowski cleanly wins that one against number 45, Jack Endler, the freshman for Utah. Kuligowski still with possession. Endler still putting on pressure on Kuligowski. And Kuligowski now just looking for a pass. And he's going to get that pass off to Mitchell. So at the top, it's Keller. Keller taking his time. Doesn't really have a passing lane as both these teams get some fresh legs out. This is Colley. Colley has Harris guarding him. Here's Mitchell. Being pressured, Mitchell trying to work his way around the defense, and good defense there to force Mitchell to pass that one off. Keller trying to get a spin move. He ran into his own teammate. Keller still with possession. He's going to get a shot, and it's going to be wide of the net. McConaughey will ensure that the ball stays with Colorado. Man, I'm so used to saying puck in regards to McConaughey. Speaking of, he has the ball with 3 seconds to shoot. He's just going to have to fire it. Or excuse me, not 3 seconds. Now he's got 3 seconds. Gets the pass off of Hamilton, and there's the end of the shot clock. A violation, and the Utes will pick it up and take possession. That was Connor Kuhl picking it up, and Naiman makes the save on the shot there by, I believe, Joey Chipola, who now is tied with Trevor Douglas for points on this Utes team as they keep possession. Here is Chipola looking for his point of the night. Good defense there. Kunkel coming out of nowhere, but it's not enough to disrupt the pass completely. Douglas trying to move around Wells, the graduate student here at CU. Here's Kyle Gormley. Gets it to the far side. And now Douglas down low. Back there, Chipola shoots wide. Closing on 5 minutes left here in this first quarter.
Yes. Colorado had a good response there. Got back within 1. Couldn't find the equalizer, but now it's just about keeping Utah off the board.
Here's Chipola fakes the shot. Being guarded by Kunkel. Kunkel trying to whack the ball loose. Continuously flinging the stick. Chabola not letting up. Makes a move to get around. Kunkel picked up there at the top, off the post, and it goes sky high and bounces. And I don't know if anyone really knew where the ball was.
That ball went off into the sunset.
I agree. It sure did. That had some real bounce off the pipe. And Colorado's going to pick up the loose ball after that shot. As Kyle Gormley couldn't quite hang on to it, Weston Keller picks it up for Colorado. And so now here is Grayson Mitchell. McIntyre up at the top. Does he have something special in store for us? No, he's going to pass it off to Bach.
The little things are special, Alex.
That is true.
Everything's got to work to win a game.
Yes. And you can see just the efficient passing that these players have. And you know, they're trying to get that good look. And now here comes Bach. He may be having that good look. Bach again trying to shake off another defender. It's knocked away. And McConaughey picks it up down low for the Buffaloes, trying to get a good look. Trying to spin around. He does, now shoots. And a good save there from Hove. So Utah will be able to clear, retaining the lead here. So now, there's Sorensen with possession. Passed it back to the far side. Now back to the near side. Edwards passes it back to Ronnie Riddell. Now a pass. Oh, he tried to go back behind the back, but Naiman wasn't having any of it. McCarthy on the long pass, trying to get that across to Ben Hamilton, and it goes out of bounds. The Buffs turn it over.
Yes, good defense there from the Buffs, able to keep that ball out. Couldn't quite turn it into anything as they turned the ball over going the other way, but nice to show that after those 3 quick Utah goals, they were able to settle down a little bit and keep them off the board for the last 7 minutes or so.
Well, that was Patrick Cassani moving around Grayson Mitchell, the midfielder, potentially the LSM today with the longer stick, making the play to get Utah in the zone. Approaching the 2-minute mark here in this first quarter, 3-2 Utah. Trying to find a pass. There's a shot. Joey Chabola puts Utah back up 2. It's 4-2 with his first goal of the game.
Yeah, well, took about 9 minutes since the last one went in for the Utes, but they're able to double that lead and keep some breathing room away from the Buffs here. It's all about the response now, though, Alex.
Yes. That is crucial to try and stay in front for Utah. And looks like a timeout is taken by Utah, or excuse me, by CU, considering the reaction from the Utah bench. And what have you seen so far in this game that's kind of that you've liked, disliked? I don't know. What are your takeaways so far?
I don't know. From the games we've seen Colorado play so far, it looks like they're not as. They're making more mistakes on offense than they have in the past. We've seen them be very good at putting the ball in the net.
Yes.
It just seems like they're not clicking and not able to find that space in front of the net to get those clear shots. They're working around a lot, but they got to get to the front of the net and make it harder for the saves to be made.
Yeah, I agree. And you can see that Utah's defense has definitely challenged this Buffalo's offense early in this game, and the Buffalo's defense has struggled a little bit. They've played some good man-to-man defense, but when Utah has gotten good looks, they have been putting it behind Chandler Naiman.
Yeah, they've taken the chances they've gotten, and they haven't missed yet.
And so just about 2 minutes left in this first quarter, 4-2 in favor of the Utes. And it looks like the Buffs are going to break out of the huddle and try to regroup here
There's still a lot of time left, though.
Oh, there's plenty of time.
3 more quarters on top of the 2 minutes left here. I don't think there's any reason to panic yet.
No, not at all.
Maybe not as quick as a start they'd like, but still time.
Yes.
And a big face-off win here could help. Who knows what it could create.
I agree. Well, so far today, Kuligowski, I think, has only lost 1 face-off, and seems like it hasn't
blame
been.
you. You're going to take the loss on that one,
Yeah.
Alex, for the jinx.
Yeah, I know. That one's on me. That one's on me. I'll take the blame for that one. And well, he lost another one. That one's also on me. Jack Endler wins this time for Utah. Wins the face-off cleanly, and it looks like before this game, Jack Endler had not taken a single face-off, so that's probably it's got to be a big win for him. Some players are going to come onto the field here for both teams. Here's Douglas. Wells has guarded him throughout this first quarter, and he's done pretty well, especially after Douglas scored those first 2 goals. He hasn't really gotten any good looks. As they kind of shove a little bit, I'm going to keep my eye out for that matchup because they've been on each other all first quarter long. Ball's knocked loose, and there's a scramble for it, and it looks like it's picked up by Colorado. And Miles O'Connell picks up the ground ball there for the Buffaloes. Kunkel sends it down for Mitchell as the Buffs now try to transition into offense and generate a scoring opportunity to bring this game within 1. Here's McIntyre. Sends it down. McConaughey. He'll just send it down low and hang on, try to set something up, kill some time. Under a minute left in this first quarter. McConaughey now tries to work around, and the shot goes wide. And Jacob Bruce is going to be able to be out, the goaltender, to keep possession for Colorado. 34 seconds on the shot. 35 seconds now, and 40 seconds in the quarter. Mitchell.
It'd be big to get one here before the quarter ends, cut the lead in half.
Little blue pass, and it works. Bach is able to control it. McIntyre fires, and that's wide. And 20 seconds on the shot clock, 25 seconds left in the quarter. McConaughey will pick it up. Utah sideline erupting. There's a shot. Loose, and the goaltender for Utah has it. Max Hove will get it away. Picked off there by Bach with 10 seconds left. Bach, and he's able to shake Corrigan Campbell off of him. McIntyre with 2 seconds fires wide, and that's going to end the quarter. So a very entertaining final quarter, or final 30 seconds here in this first quarter.
Yeah, Colorado nearly got the equalizer there with a McIntyre shot, just wide. But nothing to show for it, but only down 2. Still in this game, still 45 minutes to go.
And it looked like they had a couple good chances here at the end here.
Yeah, they started picking it up at the end a little more than they did in the first half of that quarter. One thing to watch, though, McConaughey was a little slow to get up there at one point. He took a hit there. It looked like he started heading to the bench, but when the ball was stolen, he turned around. Just something to keep an eye on. Should be able to shake that off, it looked like, based on his immediate reaction.
Even if he sits out for maybe 5 minutes, he should be able to. That shouldn't be a big deal. If we don't see him for the second quarter, maybe we'll start. Maybe it's a little bit more serious than we initially thought.
We'll see.
And so 1 minute before the second quarter starts, 4-2 Utah over Colorado. You're watching Scope of Sports. Don't go away. And so we're back for quarter number 2 between Utah and Colorado. The current score 4-2. Utes lead the Buffaloes. And the initial draw will go to Utah. One of the face-off specialists for Utah, Jack Hinley, gets the victory there for the Utes, and they've read off a couple face-off wins against Mike Kuligowski here. So Utah will get the first possession. This is Ronnie Riddell, who's got possession up top. He'll pass it to the far side here. Little fake from Edwards. And he'll give it to Douglas. And one thing I'm really looking forward to in this second quarter is this Douglas-Wells matchup. It really was entertaining when Douglas had the ball. Wells has been playing great defense in the first quarter. And they got a little physical towards the end there, so I'm interested to see if tensions start flaring between the two there as the game progresses. Edwards tried to make a move, couldn't get around Jablonski, and so now here's Riddell, guarded by McCarthy. Jablonski trying to jump in the fray there. Ball's loose and picked up by Chandler Naiman, and Colorado will pick it up. And so it looks like the possession just kind of died out there. And so now here is Peter Duffield, one of the seniors, giving it off to Jonathan Gruner, the captain, another senior. Gruner's got the defensive goal, the only goal from a defenseman this season for Colorado. He scored against New Hampshire in that 18-5 victory. A nice move from Hamilton, and he's going to get that pass to McConaughey, who fires, and it's a good save from Hove. Looks like McConaughey's back out there as Hamilton takes a tumble with a Ute. And now Utah will be able to take control. Here's Cassani. Patrick Cassani gets past Mitchell. Now trying to make his way around McIntyre. He'll just dump it off and head back behind the midfield line. So Utah trying to spread this lead out to 3. They got 50 seconds to shoot. Number 4 on number 4, Edwards on McCarthy. And Edwards lost the ball. Ball is still loose, and McCarthy trying to pick it up. He actually was not there. Kunkel pops it away, and a nice pass from Jablonski to get it to Kunkel, who is absolutely rocked. And there's the flag. That is getting called every time. Trey Johnson levels Trevor Kunkel. Wow.
That was a cross check to the face.
We've seen
that's called in lacrosse, but that was a cross check to the face.
Yeah, that's a big hit, and we've seen 2 of those now. I mean, we've seen some physicality from these teams, and I think that may just go into the fact that it's a conference game, RMLC game. Utah's really trying to do everything to try and get back in the fray here in the MCLA, and a win here was a great start. And right now they've got a 2-goal lead. Buffalo will have their first advantage of the day. We're going to see how long it's going to be. It's going to be a minute. And so the advantage time starts. 12 minutes to go in this first half. Colorado would love a goal on this advantage. Fires and wide. McConaughey with the shot there. It was a little off target. He was looking for the top right corner. It was just a little off. So now they inbound it back. Colorado retains possession. And now McIntyre gets that pass across to Mitchell. Bit a dangerous one. Is able to get it off. So now Bach gives it off to the near side. McConaughey now swaps places with McIntyre. So the Buffs trying anything to get a good look. Here's a shot, and that goes high over the net and out of bounds. That shot looks to be from Roos. And it was.
That was launched wide, Alex.
That
I think that might
was.
have gone into the street. Not sure where it went.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one to find. There's a pass. McConaughey scores! His second goal of the game. It's 4-3, and Colorado's back within one.
Well, I think he's fine, Alex.
I think he is.
Certainly someone you want to get the ball to, because he has a knack for getting the ball in the net.
Yeah,
and pucks too.
Yes, he seems to like to score, which is why he's an attackman here on this team, and why he's a forward for our hockey team here at CU. CU and Utah did not play, even though both schools are in the WCHL. They did not play this season, so McConaughey did not get a shot at Utah's hockey team. And another tumble on the field. Colorado retains possession off the face-off. So who knows? Maybe when the schedule comes out, we'll be able to see a CU-Utah men's D1 hockey game. That would be fun.
We'll see. That'd be fun.
McConaughey has now got a. Oh, he had it lost. He had it knocked away, and it's picked up. No, it's not picked up. McConaughey just kind of shoving his way, trying to delay it. He was facing off there with Kasani, who knocked it away from him, but Utah will take possession. Or actually, no, Colorado does have possession. McConaughey will inbound. And so now with the ball, it's Alec Umutian. He gives it off to Kali. Kali trying to shake off his defender. Goes down low with it. And they circle it around back to McConaughey. It's the pass looking for Kali, and it's knocked away by Utah. Ball is loose on the ground, and the ground ball goes to no one. There's a call. Utah will get possession. And so it looks like Kasani will pick things back up. He'll pass it back to Hove as we approach the 10-minute mark in quarter number 2. Another whistle here, and now Colorado gets possession. Utah turns the ball over.
Back and forth game now, Alex.
Yeah, very much so. So there is Jablonski with the crossfield pass to Olszewski. And he's going to be able to get it across the midfield line. Olszewski gives it to McConaughey. So here's Keller now. Up top, he'll just hang on to it and give to McIntyre. Keller again, trying to make his way. He's got a step, but is ultimately shaken off there by Will Harvat. Keller faked that shot. Harvat with some good defense. Here's Bach at the top. Bach gets it down low and off of the stick of McConaughey and out of bounds. And the Buffaloes turn it over again. So that last goal by McConaughey was his 10th of the year. And he's got 10 goals in just 4 games.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But he's got 2 today, and Utah has, of course, Trevor Douglas has 2 goals today as well. So that is also, he's definitely been playing very well. And, well, those were really early, and they were both within about 30 seconds of each other. And I think a timeout is now taken. I'm not exactly sure who it was. Utah takes the timeout. So 8:44 left in the half. Colorado got one back. It's 4-3 now. Utes still have the lead.
Yeah, I think it's been a better quarter so far. Just it feels like the ball has been possessed more by Colorado. They haven't been giving it up as much, although we had that back and forth action at midfield where it seems like everything was a turnover.
Yeah.
But it seems like they've been possessing it a little more, and because of that, just able to do more and not give up as many opportunities as they did in the first quarter.
Yeah. And, well, I mean, obviously you got to look at it in one way where the score in this quarter is 1-0 Colorado. So you got to.
Very true.
I mean, So they're winning the quarter right now, but obviously they're not winning the game. They're losing by 1. They're going to have to get another one here before you'd assume they'd have to get another one here before the end of the half. They don't want to go into halftime trailing 4-3.
Yeah, you don't want to go into the half trailing, but I think they have confidence in themselves. That
I
even
agree.
if they did, that it's not the end of the world.
So 8:44 to go. Looks like Utah will get possession off the timeout since they took the timeout. And so they'll start on the near side here. So now it is Sorensen who gets possession. All the way down in the corner, I can't pick out who that is. All I know is that he's being defended by Jablonski. Making a move. That is actually Douglas who has possession. Jablonski covering him this time around because Ryan Wells is not out on the field. There's the pass. Trying to get that centering pass. Oh, and Damon's going to be able to knock that one away, denying Corrigan Campbell. Point blank shot right there. So here's Gormley. Gormley guarded by O'Connell. And just hangs it up on top. Fresh player out for Utah. Under 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Here's Gormley again. They'll go behind the net. Try to set something up, maybe a centering pass. Maybe a nice move. They try to get that centering pass in there and doesn't work out. The ball will go out of bounds. And Colorado gets possession. The Utes turn it over.
Didn't really give up any chances there and able to force a turnover.
Yeah,
Could be a
Utah's
big
kind of
swing
running
there.
around in their own zone, in their offensive zone there. So here's Kunkel, who's got possession of the ball. Kunkel looks and gives it off to Mitchell. 7 minutes left in quarter number 2. 50 seconds on the shot clock. Here's McIntyre to go back behind a Bach in the midfield circle. Keller was thinking about a shot there, but couldn't get a look. Now McIntyre got a look. He shot, and it went out of bounds as he missed the net.
Still 29 seconds to work with here. And
They still have some time.
And certainly the guy you want to get the ball to. One of them at least.
You'd assume. So here's Bach at the top. And now McIntyre. With 15 seconds on the shot clock, he gives it to Keller. Keller makes a move. Trying to get a look. He is hit, but it's picked up by Bach, and he scores! Keller sacrifices himself. The ball pops free. Adam Bach picks it up, and he's got his second goal of the game. It's 4-4. We're tied.
I think that's the definition of take a hit to make the play, Alex.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That was a big hit that Keller took, and the ball kind of just rolled in the right direction. Bach had a perfect look, and, well, he got it there in the bottom right corner, past Hove to tie this one up. Kuligowski wins the faceoff, and here's an opportunity for Colorado to get the lead back after it was 1-0. Colley gives it to McConaughey. He's got 2 goals on the day. He's looking for a hat trick. Here's Kramer, number 23, with the ball. Gives it to Colley. Colley fakes. Now goes back. Trying to work his way around the defender. I believe that's Kramer. It was. That goes off of Umutian, and he's going to be able to, ball's still loose, and he's knocked to the ground. Whistle, and Colorado maintains possession. Umutian will resume play after he was hit to the ground And so there's a turnover. Utah picks it up. It's the pass. There's a shot. And another one that goes just sky high. And going to go bouncing into the street all the way back towards Buckingham Hall.
Man, I would hate the park here.
Yeah, the
That
ball
is
kind of just
terrifying.
sitting down in between some trees right next to the sidewalk. I mean, that ball was launched off the ground.
I think that almost landed in my room freshman year.
Yeah, you were in Buckingham?
Yeah, right there, right behind us.
Yeah, I was in Arnett, so I was originally supposed to be there, but they moved me.
It was a great time.
Well,
Except when these practices are very early in the morning.
Oh, I bet. Here's Olszewski to get it back for the Buffs. Nick Garcia, senior, for this Buffaloes team, gives it back to McIntyre as he heads to the sideline. Here's McIntyre with 4 minutes to go in the first half. As the lights have really started to come out here at Kittredge Field, the sun has kind of gone away at this point.
I think we should request more afternoon games, Alex, so we don't have to worry about the cold as much, and we can have the sun
Well,
out
their
the
last
entire
home
time.
game's a midday game against Texas. So I think you may get their wish, but not for the women's team. The women's team's got a night game tomorrow night against UCF, which is their first game of 4 for the Mile High Tournament. 10 teams from around the country, including 6 top 10 teams, come into play. And Mitchell scores to get the Buffs the lead. 5-4. Grayson Mitchell is on the scoreboard, his first of the game and his 14th of the season.
And just like that, the Buffs are back on top. They didn't falter when they found themselves down 2, and 3 straight to take the lead.
And they've now outscored Utah 3-0 in this second quarter. And they've got some good looks. That was a perfect look for Mitchell. Gets it right in front of the crease. It's basically an open net at that point. Kuligowski can't win this face-off. No, he does pick it up. And it looks like Endler didn't quite hang on to it. Well, now the Buffs turn it over, and the Utes will pick it up. Trying to get that equalizer and get on the scoreboard here in the second quarter. A nice move from, I believe that's Sorensen to get around Roos. That is actually Endler, pardon me. 3 minutes to go in the first half. The score now 5-4. Colorado has taken the lead after being down 4-2 to end the first quarter. Utah trying to tie this one back up. A high pass caught on the far side. And now here's the pass to Gormley. 35 seconds on the shot clock for the Utes. Taking their sweet time here. This is Rex Merrill. Guarded by McCarthy. Merrill makes a move, trying to work his way around and try to get like a wraparound chance, but ball is loose and going to go to Colorado. 2:20 left in this first half. Colorado gets possession. So here's Chandler Naiman, the goaltender. Pass it out. Actually, he already passed it out. And here's Carlton Colley, who was able to stay on his feet, almost stumbled there. Was able to stay on his feet and keep possession for the Buffs. Here's the pass off to Kramer. Will Kramer, a senior for this Buffs team. And he gives it off to another one of the seniors, Ben Hamilton.
There's a lot of seniors on this team.
Very much more than the hockey team this year. There were only 3 this year for the hockey team. There's been a lot of seniors on this lacrosse team and a couple graduate students. Here's a shot, and it goes wide. Minute and a half to go in the first half. Here's Kramer. Kramer get the pass off to Colley. Kale makes a move. Looked like he may have had a step, but the Utes had the inside there. That ball goes past, I believe that's Kramer. That's Umutian, and it'll go out of the Colorado zone. Utah looks like they're going to get possession here. We'll have to get the ball all the way back to the designated spot where the referee is before they can start play again. So it's Tyler Sorensen to start play once again with about 1:05 left in the first half. And this looks to be potentially the last possession of the first half, as under a minute left. Utah can ride out the shot clock and get the final shot. And, you know, considering what happened at the end of the last quarter with the turnover, or well, they got the turnover after Colorado seemed like they had the chance, and then they turned it over to the Buffaloes, and they almost scored. There's a shot that goes wide, and well, Utah maintains possession potentially, and they do. 42 seconds on the shot clock, not like that really matters. There's 33 seconds left in the half. Game on. Olszewski playing defense there. There's a flag down. Douglas trying to shake off Duttfeld. And oh my goodness, he tries to dive around Naaman. And he hits the post, I believe.
That
would have been a really nice hat trick goal.
Cool.
So 14 seconds left in the half. Refs will sort things out here.
Utah looks like will have an advantage for the final 14 seconds of this quarter, of this half, I guess.
Do you think that it's gonna matter too much with 14 seconds?
I don't know. It could.
We'll see. It's a 1-minute penalty on Dominic Jablonski. So Utah will ride out the rest of this first half with an advantage. And they'll hold off. Here is Utah. They're just going to hang it out. They're just going to hold it. They're just going to send this to halftime.
I thought I did something wrong on the clock there, Alex, when nothing moved. No one moved.
I agreed. I was taking it back. I'm like, hang on. Did we? Well, Kenny Diamond just decides to hang on to it and take this one to halftime. Your score at the half: Colorado 5, Utah 4. Any closing thoughts on the first half here?
That was a great response in that second quarter. Maybe not the best quarter they've had that first opening quarter, but 3-0 advantage in that second quarter. They looked a lot better, a lot more secure with the ball, not really as many turnovers, and they were able to take the lead.
So a very strong second quarter, outscoring the Utes 3-0. That'll do it for us here at Kittredge Field. You're watching Scope of Sports. We'll be back in about 8 minutes. Welcome back to Kittredge Field here on this chilly night. Not super cold, but it is a chillier night.
Could be better, could be worse.
It was pretty warm today, but you never know. Like, temperatures really drop when the sun goes down. You'd be surprised. But we're back for the second half of this matchup between Colorado and Utah. Let's take a look at the most recent MCLA rankings. And BYU, Colorado State, Colorado, and Utah Valley all in the top 25. Utah, the only team in the RMLC that is not ranked right now. And, well, Colorado, their situation is very interesting. They just beat Florida State in overtime on the road. They were up in the top 5, I think, just 2 weeks ago, and they've dropped pretty far here in the past 2 weeks. But the big thing, Colorado is sitting at 4-3 on the season. Their 3 losses: Florida, Virginia Tech, and Liberty, the current top 3 teams in the country, and each of those teams have now held the number 1 position in the country at some point this year.
Tough schedule, I would say.
That's just tough scheduling. All those games are on the road, too, so hostile environment. And they lost to Florida by 1. They lost to Liberty by 1. Their loss to Virginia Tech was by like 10, so not what you're looking for. But they have played very competitive against the current top 3 teams in the country.
Yeah, I mean, and they haven't had to come to Boulder. Boulder's not an easy place to play.
No, it is not.
You see it at every sport. It's hard to play here.
Yeah, it is.
Something about it.
And so we are off for quarter number 3 and half number 2. Utah has a 40-second advantage to begin the half. First shot of the half goes wide of the net. So just 13 seconds come off the clock, and they keep it rolling. Utah outscored by Colorado 3-0 in that second quarter, and they find themselves trailing for the first time since it was 1-0. Pass down low, off of his stick, and Naaman is going to pick it up. So Colorado is going to stave off the first possession for Utah.
And the advantage comes to an end as well.
There's a whistle there. Colorado maintains possession. Do some personnel changes as they get ready for their first offensive possession of the second half, trying to get their first multi-goal lead of the game. Here's Jacob Bruce on the near side. A couple paces, tries to make a move, spins around, looking for that shot. Couldn't find it. Now here's Bach. Bach hangs on to it. Gets the pass to McConaughey. He's got 2 goals in the game, looking for the hat trick. McConaughey, spin move, shoots, and it's right to the net of Hove, and Utah will take possession. Here's Trevor Douglas. Campus seems pretty lively right now as there's a lot of action in front of and behind us. Not only that, and then you got the lacrosse game going on. So a lively campus here right now. Must have caught a hot streak, if you will. Rush hour, if you can even call it a rush hour.
Sure, Alex.
We'll go with that. We'll go with that. I don't know. Anyways, Douglas has it up top, and he'll pass it to the corner. Miles O'Connell plays some good prevent defense there. Right in and score. 5-5. We are tied. That's Kenny Diamond with the goal to tie this one up at 5. And that is Diamond's 12th goal of the year.
Let him walk right in there.
Yeah.
Right in front, top of the crease.
I mean, it's a free goal at that point.
Yeah. Not a lot of equipment on lacrosse goalies, so hard to keep that one out when they get that close with that opportunity.
Well, and yeah, not only that, your reflexes just, it's just nigh impossible to stop those kinds of shots. So getting those types of looks, great for trying to get back in this game. It's Utah's first goal since they made it 4-2, and their first goal since the first quarter. Here's Ben Hamilton, one of the seniors, one of the many seniors for this Buffaloes team. And now McConaughey. To down low, Colley looking for a lane. He gets pushed to the ground and loses control of the ball. Utah picks it up, and now here they come. Douglas shoots, scores! It's a hat trick for Trevor Douglas, and Utah regains the lead 6-5 with Douglas's 26th of the year.
Just like that, quickly Utah strikes back to take the lead here.
That was a fast break.
Very. Now to the response again. Colorado saw a good response in that second quarter, but you don't want this to get out of hand too quickly.
Face off. Not a clear winner. Now it pops free, and Utah will take control. No, they will not for the moment. Now it is Merrill couldn't quite pick it up. Now that was Douglas. He couldn't quite pick
Colorado
it up.
does have
now
the ball
Colorado does pick up after the chaos off the face-off. Gruner gets it over the outstretched stick of Douglas. Ooh, and that you could hear the whack there. There's a flag, and it looks like and he knows that he's not happy with that call. He just does not have the look that he's happy with that one. Here's McIntyre now on the delayed penalty. McIntyre looking for just a shot. Now looks, scores! Tie game, 6-6. Jake McIntyre has his first of the game.
Well, that's a good response. Way to not let this get too much out of hand.
There you go.
I pressed the wrong buttons there, Alex, on the scoreboard. My bad.
You're doing a good job, though.
Probably shouldn't stop talking next time. I had to focus, though.
You're like, shoot, which buttons are they? What are the hotkeys? And it looks like even though McIntyre scores, Colorado will still have a 1-minute advantage. As Joey Chabola was the offender on that penalty. And it's a 1-minute penalty, too. So the Buffs have an advantage for the next minute. Here's McIntyre. Now Mitchell and McIntyre both have one goal. McConaughey, he's got 2. Buck also out there, he's got 2. So all those goal scorers for this Buffaloes team out on the field right now. And McConaughey goes low, as he usually is positioned. Here's Keller. Passing, little pass game with Bach. There's a shot and a goal! Colorado has regained the lead. It looks like Jake McIntyre has his second goal in less than a minute. 7-6, Buffaloes.
Well, that's a great response now, not just a good one.
I agree.
Losing your lead early in the first 5 minutes of this quarter and then getting it right back.
A little streaky to start this third quarter. We've seen 4 goals in the first 5 minutes. Utah scored the first 2. Colorado's now scored the second 2.
And Colorado is on top.
Yep, Kuligowski this time is able to get a face-off win. McCarthy gets the pass to McConaughey. He makes another spin move. Tries to shake him off. Now he's double-teamed, and he loses the ball. Utah picks it up. And a nice move to kind of get it out of the zone. That is Connor Kuhl, who gives it off to Douglas. So here's Dean Hives I believe. That is number 12, Kenny Diamond. There's a shot and another goal. We're tied again. And so Utah strikes back.
Not gonna lie, I thought that the outside of the net. I clearly missed that. And just like that, tied again, as you said.
And the Utah fans in attendance really ecstatic about that. But
no shortage of goals this
we saw just 9 goals in the first half. We have seen 5 in this third quarter, in this first 6 minutes of this third quarter. Not even 6 minutes. And Colorado gets possession off the face-off. Bach, usually positioned up top, stays there, and he's usually playing some passing games with Weston Keller. He's playing those with McIntyre right now. That goes off the stick of Roos. Ball still loose. There's a whistle, and Utah gets possession. They give the ball to the Utes, and there's still more commotion. And Utah still does have possession. Cool just gives it back to the goaltender. Cove gives it now to Hives. Here's Douglas. Back now Edwards. Makes a move. Didn't quite get enough of an angle to really think of that as a potential scoring opportunity. Edwards positioned down low in the corner. Under 8.5 to go in quarter number 3. A nice move from Edwards. He gets it back to Hives. Cross. Another pass and a goal for Utah. Number 10, Ronnie Riddell, gets Utah to lead 8-7. 2 goals for Utah to start the quarter, 2 goals for Colorado to follow, and now 2 goals for Utah once again.
Will the pattern continue?
That's the big question. Really seems like neither team can really build like massive momentum right now.
No, it's literally back and forth. As soon as one team scores 2 goals, the other team scores 2 goals. Well, we'll see if Utah builds off it or Colorado responds again.
And while these teams have faced much adversity, Colorado's had the lead several times in this quarter. Utah's had a couple leads in this quarter now. And there's a flag. So, McIntyre looks to be called here as a Ute fell down to the ground. So here's Diamond. Seven and a half to go. Welcome back, everyone, to Kittredge Field. Sorry about that. I think one of our cords got unplugged, so the camera stopped moving and the audio stopped functioning. In the meantime, while we were out, Utah has scored to make it 9-7. And with 5:37 left, Mike Kuligowski cleanly wins the faceoff here. Shout out to Harrison for going to quickly check that out for us. We appreciate that. So we're going to work on getting the clock fixed. There's about 5 minutes left in this third quarter. 9-7 now the score in favor of Utah. Here's Bach, gives it back. McIntyre trying to, now he's double team. McIntyre still comes away with it and gets a shot. I think that went off the post and McIntyre cleanly got his rebound. Now he fires and that goes wide. McIntyre really wanted that goal right there. And this has been a physical game. You can just kind of see with all the players kind of falling down, getting shoved. And it's been a very physical game. You can really just tell it's a conference game. There's a shot, and they score. Drew McConaughey has a hat trick.
I'm so surprised.
It's 9-8. Colorado's back within one.
4:03 left. You're going to let the clock catch up.
As much as we can.
Yeah, as much as we can.
And so off the draw, Kuligowski trying to take control, and it looks like he does. There's a flag. Kuligowski does have possession, backs off, and gives it to Umutian. So here's Umutian giving it to McConaughey, who's just scored his hat trick goal. Now Umutian, once again, waits. And finds Cooper Wygant. First time he's been out there tonight. Kramer gives it back to Umutian. Umutian trying to make a move and look for a shooting lane. Spin move. He was thinking about a shot there. He was able to get it away. There's a shot from Wygant, and the save was made. Wygant was looking for his first of the year. Didn't quite get it that time around. So they'll assess the penalty here with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Yes, 3 minutes left. Our clock is
slowly catching up.
It is catching up, slowly but surely. So they have a minute advantage here. Here's Mitchell giving it down. McConaughey. McConaughey back up top. There's a shot. No. Bach hit twice by Utah. No penalty. Fans here not really pleased with that right there. So now here's Douglas going to hang on to it here with 20 seconds on the advantage. Under 2.5 to go. Guarded by Jablonski. It's 5 seconds on the advantage. Utah will kill this off. Jabola. And gives it back. Looking for a pass. And he finds it. Jabola. Gives it off. Jabola to the side. 1:37 left in the third quarter. Gromley, there's a shot. Did that go in? No, the net moved a little bit. I don't think that went in. I think it maybe hit the post. But Utah keeps possession with 1:21 to go. Just 1 second on the shot clock, and, well, it's a shot clock violation. Colorado will get the ball, and now there's a flag. Hang on, there's a flag now.
Well, I think this might help our clock catch up.
Yes, our clock catch up. We're almost there. 1:18 is left in the third quarter right now. We're caught up. Third quarter, 1:18 left. It's almost like we never left.
Yes, I don't know. Our cord's unplugged. Not
sure what happened.
Not the best thing. Could have been worse though. We did do an entire alumni game without picture.
For 2 periods.
Oh yeah, we saw the exciting end.
Yeah, we did get to see the exciting part, but yeah, 30-second advantage now for Colorado. Not exactly sure what the call was because it kind of came after the shot clock violation. Maybe I'm not 100% sure. But Colorado's got an advantage. Utah's bench erupting once again. That goes off the feet of Keller, and he's not going to be able to get away. And Utah, Bach with a good stick to get that away. And now Bach is hit. Now he's just crushed. And now here's a pass. The penalty is over. And so now Utah takes over. Ball loose. Fans are letting the refs hear it right now here at Kittredge Field. That goes high.
Thing about Lacrosse, you're right on the field with the refs. Like, they can hear you very clearly.
Especially here at Kitt Field.
Yes.
I only imagine what it's like at the D1 women's lacrosse games because they play here as well.
Very true.
So now we're closing in on the final 15 seconds of this third quarter. Under 10. There's a pass. Couldn't quite hit it. Now go ahead and pick that up. Ball is loose, and that's going to do it for the third quarter. The score 9-8. Utah has the lead. With just 1 quarter to go. Jared, what does Colorado need to do to get the lead back?
I think they got to do more of what they did in that second quarter where they just kind of slowed things down, didn't try to do too much, didn't force any unnecessary turnovers, and just kind of just play strong and more like slow it down a little bit. The back and forth, it seems, is when they start to fall a bit behind here tonight. At least tonight, that's the case, it seems.
Yeah. The score for the period, or for the quarter, it was, hang on, I'm just doing the math in my head real quick. 4-3. No. 5-3. There it is. 5-3 Utah as they were trailing going into the quarter. They scored 5 in the third. Colorado scored 3. Man. Only 1 more quarter left.
1 more quarter left.
And this is shaping up to be a really entertaining finish.
Yes, it is. 1 goal game. Heading into the fourth quarter.
This is definitely unlike the other two men's lacrosse games we have covered so far, where both of those were big victories for the Buffaloes.
Yes.
So
very close.
This is a much different atmosphere.
What, 7-3 was the first game, and then
18-5 against New Hampshire.
yeah, not exactly.
Close
Yeah.
and competitive. This one, on the other hand, has been really competitive, and this is going to be exciting. Coming down to the wire here at Kittredge Field. This one, I bet, will go down to the wire as we're ready to start the fourth quarter. 15 minutes left in regulation time. Utah has a 1-goal lead, 9-8. They scored 5 in the last quarter. Colorado only scored 3. Won by Kulagowski off the opening faceoff in the fourth quarter. He gets hit, and now Colorado struggling to maintain possession. They will pick up the ground ball, though. It's Mitchell on the far side. And now Weston Keller, maybe awaiting a pass from Adam Bach. He'll go the other side to McIntyre. Roos goes down low behind the net to McConaughey. He's got 3 on the game and the most recent Colorado goal. Here's Keller on the near side. Making a move, goes around, and a high pass, but it is caught by McIntyre. And now Bach. 25 seconds on the shot clock. A nice move. And, well, they lost the ball, and Utah picks it up. Fast break opportunity. There's a pass and a shot. Neiman makes the save.
That's a big save there.
I agree. That is a big save. Now here comes McIntyre the other way. We're going to slow it down here. Here's Bach being guarded by Riddell. So now Keller and Bach will potentially play pass with McIntyre. Going to play some catch. Keller gives it back to Bach. Now McIntyre trying to find some lane. McIntyre stutter step, and he turns the ball over. Utah trying to get their 4th separate 2-goal lead of the game. 3-1, 4-2, 9-7, and if they score on this possession, it would be 10-8. So they're trying to try and set something up here. Here's Diamond. Gives it off to Trey Johnson. Down low for Douglas. Douglas guarded by Wells once again. Just like in the first quarter. Here's Diamond. Actually, Douglas is on the other side. Here's Diamond again, that pass. Down low. Fake trying of a wraparound opportunity. And now Edwards up top. Edwards trying to move in. He shoots wild shot there. And it looks like Colorado will get possession.
We went a very long time without a whistle there.
Yeah, there was a long time there.
I think that was the first whistle.
Yeah, I think you may be right. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Utah. They retain possession. 5 seconds. They've got to shoot. Here's the shot. Saved by Neiman on Chabola.
That resets the shot clock. So Utah has another 80 seconds to get another one off.
Yeah, you are right. That is potentially a time killer. They don't usually eat much clock. I mean, there's definitely an element of strategy trying to eat clock there, but usually they don't take the full 80-second shot clock. They'll find an opportunity somewhere, but who knows? Already down to 50 seconds. Well, there's a Ute on the floor right now. He's not the one with the ball. A nice move and a shot. Naaman is going to be able to cover it. It goes out of bounds, or actually doesn't cover it. It goes out of bounds. Utah retains possession with 41 seconds in the shot clock. 11 minutes to go in the game. Polar opposite from how the third quarter started with just goals galore. Naaman makes a big save there. And the ball is going to take a lucky bounce for Peter Dutfield.
Well, it's times like these you need your goalie to play like that. And that's 3 saves there that are just huge for the Buffs as they keep it a 1-goal game.
10.5 to go in the fourth. Fresh bodies out for both teams. They conduct a couple line changes. It stays on the far side here. Shake up of a defender. That's Mitchell. Mitchell working his way around, just assaulted almost there. As he tries to work his way around, I believe almost 5 defenders. And he took a bit of a stick to the face there and kind of fell. Sorensen gets a bit whacked from behind by Umutian. And there's a flag down. Now it looks like that may be going against Umutian with that whack. The Utah sideline has been very vocal in this game, and I think it could play into either kind of throwing Colorado off, either that or energizing this Utah team. There's the whistle, and we'll get our advantage, which looks like it will be Utah who will have the advantage. Up a goal. What is the key for a big stop here, Jared?
I mean, it's got to be your goaltender who's already standing on his head this quarter. Naaman has 3 huge saves in the last 2 minutes or so when Utah had that possession, and he's got to be that guy this quarter as he stood out to be so far.
No goals in this first 5.5 minutes. We saw almost 6 at around the same time. And it looks like a timeout is going to be called as well. Not exactly sure who called it. It was, Utah took the timeout. Thanks, Harrison. You're really keeping an eye out for us here. Well, you're watching Scobo Sports. Well, we have the time. You're watching Scobo Sports. Thanks for tuning into this broadcast. I've been Alex Roberts, joined by Jared Miller, and also here with Harrison Simeon, all running the camera. And we hope you've been enjoying this broadcast of this RMLC showdown between Colorado and Utah. Two teams break the huddle, and we're ready for this big advantage and a big momentum, a very important part of this fourth quarter.
I think the cold is starting to get to us, Alex.
Yeah.
Not as bad as last time, but
no.
My fingers are still freezing.
Yeah, mine are too. I really came in today thinking that, well, it was pretty warm this afternoon, and I was like, okay, I don't need to bring my heavy duty gloves for tonight. I should have brought my heavy duty gloves. I'll tell you that much.
Live and learn.
Yep. That's
we've done this every time so far.
Yeah.
We made the same mistake every time.
Yeah. Hopefully making the same mistake 3 times is going to help me get these out for tomorrow against UCF. That's an 8 p.m. start time. It's going to be a late one here at Kittredge Field. This is the first of 6 games this weekend here on Scobo Sports. The men's team's back here in action against Texas on Saturday, while the women's club team has 4 games tomorrow against UCF again at 8 p.m. On Saturday, they'll play number 1 Boston College in the morning, and in the afternoon they'll play number 6 Michigan. Colorado's ranked number 4. And then on Sunday they'll play number 3 ranked Georgia, so a very busy weekend here at Kittredge Field.
Cakewalk of a schedule, right, Alex?
A lot of lacrosse. So if anyone wants to just want to watch some lacrosse, head on down to Boulder. There's plenty of lacrosse to watch.
Or tune into Scobo Sports.
That is true. You can also stick around here. Under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ball's knocked away, and Colorado will pick it up. Jablonski's got it. And the penalty time is up. They kill that one off without Utah having to really get a good shot on net. Under 8 now in this fourth quarter. No goals so far in this fourth quarter. And so Utah trying to get their 10th goal in the game and get into double digits. Couple nice moves, and that one's fired wide. And judging by the play, I can only assume that that was Trevor Douglas.
Yeah, it would not give up that ball or fall down or anything, just bouncing off every check received there.
So here's Gormley. Kyle Gormley for Utah. Guarded by Kunkel. Gives it to Edwards. Utah swarm ball's loose on the turf. Picked up by the Utes. Maybe.
I really don't know
The
where
ball's
the ball
loose.
is.
Oh, McCarthy
I see
lost
it now.
track of it. McCarthy is going to be able to pick it up. Man, just an absolute frenzy trying to maintain possession of the ball. Here's Dutfield for the Buff, or actually that's Jablonski, who's got it. Jablonski. Ball sits now behind the goal. It's Mitchell, I believe, who has the ball right now. And fans once again letting the ref hear it. There's something out there that they do not agree with. Here's Bach trying to get this equalizer and a hat-trick goal. Got 6 minutes left. There's a pass. Mitchell scores! Grayson Mitchell has his second of the game. We're tied at 9 with 6:08 left in the fourth quarter. Big goal. You're looking for that pass, and they got it.
Oh, Mitchell was the one who got hit a little high there where the crowd did not like it. Poked the bear, and he delivered the tying goal with 6:08 left in the fourth quarter.
First goal of the quarter took a while, and
Did take a while.
it did take a while, especially stark contrast to what we saw in the third quarter, where the front half of that quarter was filled with goals. Seemed like these teams could not stop scoring. But we're tied at 9. The next goal will put whoever scores into double digits and get them the lead. Still fighting for it in the face-off circle is Kulagowski and Endler. They're still going at
This
it.
is a crazy battle. I've never seen
Endler
that
wins
before.
that. Man, they were
Oh,
circling
but he
around, but he
loses it.
lost it. Endler lost it, and Umutian picks it up. The Buffalo's bench celebrates.
That was wild.
Yeah, that
I
was.
think
Oh, now that's picked off.
I think that took like 15 seconds off the clock there.
So now Utah gets possession. Little flip pass from Cool. It doesn't work out. Now Cool's going to be able to try and get it back, but the ball's loose. Cool just taps it along, and he's trying to get it. Oh, and there's a hit there from Dutfield and whistled. Utah will get possession. Kind of stop the craziness for a little bit. Approaching the 5-minute mark in regulation. 9-9, we're all tied up. Here's Douglas. He's already got 3 goals. That one misses the net and goes out of bounds. They gave possession to the Utes. There's a lob pass. And now Edwards at the top, backs off, was guarded by Dutfield. Now Kroskin giving chase. So here's Riddell with the Moon providing a pretty nice backdrop here at the end of regulation with 4.5 left, right over the apartment complex behind Kittredge Field.
Only it provided heat.
I agree, if only provided heat. It is, like I'm only really cold in my fingers right now.
It's only the fingers.
It really is. Oh, and Wells is taken down after he picked off a pass, and Utah keeps possession. Someone hobbling off the field for the Utes. Send it back, and Utah tries to set something up again with 4 minutes left. Picked up by Colorado. Jablonski gets the big takeaway. A breakaway opportunity. He scores! It's a hat trick for Grayson Mitchell, and Colorado takes a 10-9 lead with 3:47 to go in the game.
Mitchell is all by himself in front of the goalie. That's not one of the guys you want to leave alone in
No.
front of your goalie.
Grayson Mitchell is a hat trick. That's his 16th of the year, and more importantly, it gets the Buffs the lead, 10-9. 3 unanswered for the Buffaloes. They were down 9-7.
Well, this game got a lot more exciting here in the second half. That's for sure.
I agree. And this straw is controlled by Adam Bach of Colorado. Another crazy face-off. And he's going to be able to get across the line, and I think he may have drawn a flag too. Bach had the ball knocked away, and there's the whistle. So, someone's not happy. Someone is not happy with that call. I think he thinks it's terrible.
I think
he
you're
thinks
right,
it's terrible.
Alex. I mean, this entire sideline has not been entirely happy with the officiating.
I mean,
here
we
today.
have fans from both sides here,
Yeah.
but
It also doesn't. I'm not really sure what the flags are. I cannot tell still. I'm
Yeah,
new to lacrosse. I'm not sure what everything means.
yeah, but
So I
well,
can't agree or
what-
disagree.
well, bottom line right now is that Colorado's got an advantage for the next minute.
I do understand that.
And that is huge. That penalty goes against Endler, who's been taking quite a handful of face-offs for this Utah team. Really, kind of the majority of the face-offs. And
doing pretty well too.
yeah, he's played pretty well against Kuligowski. And I don't even think he's not listed as a face-off specialist on the roster. So very impressive job from Endler tonight. But he does get penalized here. Bach trying to get Colorado their first 2-goal lead of the game. They have not led by more than 1 in this game. 3 minutes left in regulation. And I believe a timeout by Colorado with 30 seconds on the advantage.
Well, probably a good time to take one here. 31 seconds left. Figure out what you want to do and get that 2-goal lead that could be the nail in the coffin.
It
here.
really could be.
I mean, under 3 minutes to go. You've been playing solid defensively all night. Really just that third quarter was where majority of the goals were scored. Other than that, it's a solid defensive showing. So draw something up, try to get that 2-goal advantage, and see what happens.
Well, Utah has a 4-goal period and a 5-goal period. The other 2 quarters so far, scoreless. That second quarter they were scoreless, and they were outscored in that quarter 3-0. This quarter they're now outscored 2-0, and they haven't scored here in this fourth quarter.
Well, if that doesn't change, then they're in some trouble.
It really well. If they don't score, they lose the game. So
I would consider that trouble.
Yeah, that is pretty troubling. Well, teams break from the huddle, and there's 3 minutes left. 31 seconds on the advantage for Colorado. 2:58 left in the game. Colorado leads by 1, trying to get their first 2-goal lead of the game. Bold prediction, Jared. Are they getting that 2-goal lead?
I think so.
Yeah?
I have no reason behind it. I just think it's going to happen.
Got a feeling.
Yes.
Jared just got a feeling. We'll see if that gut feeling works out, if it's a premonition. Mitchell's got a hat trick. There's a pass, and they score! Drew McConney has 4 on the game, and Colorado leads by 2. It's 11-9. How about that, Jared?
Right.
You were right.
I should have guessed Drew McConaughey would be the one to score it too. That would have been pretty cool, but
That would have been insane.
I only said one word. I said yes.
Yeah, that's true.
What? 2-goal lead, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
Whoops.
11-9, and really, with under 3 minutes left, that very well could be the nail in the coffin. And it's the first time Colorado has really had any sort of gotten any sort of insurance goal. So Utah now trails by 2 for the first time in this game.
But Colorado's been used to these close games, mostly on the road, not at home here. But like you said, the 1 and the 3 team right now in Florida and Liberty, 1-goal games. A Florida State overtime win, 1-goal game. They've been used to these close games, and they didn't falter even when they found themselves down in this one.
Yeah, and they haven't really had like this type of a close game here at home. Their home games have been pretty dominant. They won against Nebraska 19-1, and then we've been here for all the other games. So there's a flag there. Around 2 minutes to go, and we'll see what the refs have to say about this. Looks like Utah will get a huge advantage.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity to cut the lead in half. Already a minute passed since the 2-goal lead was taken by the Buffs, so not a lot of time here to make anything happen. You got to work quick if you're Utah here.
No time to play games. They'll have 30 seconds, though. It's only a 30-second advantage, nothing too major. But an advantage nonetheless, and Colorado scored on their 30-second advantage just about a minute ago. Let's see if Utah can do the same. There's the pass down. Try to get that starting pass. Trying to get that one. Oh, and I don't know if that was a shot. And they'll go out of bounds there. No. Colorado gets possession with 1:50 left in the game. He could not chase it down.
That is, this might be trouble for Utah here.
Well, and Colorado has 80 seconds they can kill.
I mean, they can kill nearly the entire clock here.
McCarthy gets across the midfield line. Trying to shake off a defender and does. Gets a little bit of space. 2 defenders pick him up. Shakes off one, and Diamond and Hines really hives pressuring, and Utah gets possession. So a big turnover. Now it's turned over again. Wow.
What a turn of events there.
Here's McIntyre. McIntyre only has 1 goal in this game. 2 players on this team have hat tricks. McConaughey has 4, and Mitchell has 3. Bach has 2.
Does that bring us total of 12 goals in 4 games for McConaughey?
Yeah, you're right. It's 12 goals in 4 games, averaging 3 goals a game, averaging a hat trick a game.
Wow.
I mean, that's just absolutely insane. And that goes out of bounds. Utah gets the possession with 50 seconds. They're going to have to work extremely fast to not only get a goal here and then win the faceoff and get a second goal to try and tie this one up in the last 40 seconds. Here's a shot, and that's a bouncer past Naaman. McCarthy playing tight defense. There's a shot, and they score! They've got the first half, now trying to get the second half. 32 seconds remain, 11-10.
Well, that made things interesting. 1-goal game, 32 seconds left.
And this is where face-offs come to be a huge factor. And Endler, you said, has been playing well against Kuligowski. So it's a huge face-off. And they've played very competitively, holding the ball for up to like 10, 15 seconds at times. So Endler's going to want to win this face-off and win it quick. And it's won by Kuligowski quick.
Clock didn't start.
Clock still has not started. McConaughey has possession. Now the clock has started.
Oh.
25 seconds. Colorado's playing keep away at this point. The goaltender even pressuring. Someone falls to the ground. More pressure being applied. Flag is down. 15 seconds. There's the whistle. 14.5 left.
Well, it would take a miracle for Utah to be able to get this ball a man short, I believe, in 14 seconds get on the field and score a goal to tie this one. I just don't see it happening. I
don't know if you can get down there in 14 seconds, especially with Colorado inbounding the ball. You'd have to pick off the inbound pass and then go down and get a breakaway shot. So 30-second advantage will run out the clock. That goes against Endler. 14.5 left in the game. Colorado up by 1 with the ball to inbound. It's Grayson Mitchell to inbound. So Mitchell just trying to waste time. Mitchell hangs on to it. Still going. Mitchell just running around with 5 seconds left. Grayson Mitchell has effectively killed off the clock. And there's one more flag with 0.5 seconds. And, oh, man, I think someone on Utah kind of swung their stick and kind of slashed them a little bit. Well, they'll assess a penalty here for the last half second. But this game is all but it is pretty much over.
Yeah, the Buffs were maybe not their best overall performance.
I wouldn't say so.
Certainly a close game, but they were able to
definitely
stick
a good
with
one,
it.
though.
And, I mean, you come up on top. No one asks how, just how many wins.
Yep. So another penalty assist that goes against Connor Kuhl. And they'll sound the whistle, which will basically just be a whistle to signal the end of the game. He lifts the stick, he throws the ball up into the air, and the Buffaloes have defeated the Utes 11-10 here at Kittredge Field in a thriller.
That was an exciting game all the way through. Maybe the beginning of this quarter, not so much, but then it picked up in the second half of the quarter. And Buffs able to come up on top 11-10.
Going into this quarter, trailing, outscoring Utah 3-1 in the final quarter to win this one 11-10 and knock off the Utes. A big win for Colorado. They'll have just one more home game against Texas, but this was their senior night, and a big win on senior night. Grayson Mitchell, a graduate student, gets a hat trick. Drew McConney's a junior, but he scored 4. McIntyre scored.
I think he's only a sophomore.
You're right, he's a sophomore. You're right. Correct me. Drew McConney, he's a sophomore. 4 goals in the game. Grayson Mitchell, 3. Graduate student here for this Colorado team. Salute to all the seniors on this Colorado team. We'll show their names right here. And that's a long list right there.
It's a long list.
Mitchell and Wells, both graduate students. And well, I got a little bit of tidbit around Ryan Wells here. Ryan Wells and I went to the same high school.
Small world.
Yeah, it's a small world. Shout out Carlsbad High School. Shout out Ryan Wells. Played great today on defense. And there was a lot that in this game defensively that Colorado was challenged, and they overcame defensively. I was really impressed with their defensive performance, especially after they, kind of came down for the count. They had 2 quarters. For half the game, they only let up 1 goal.
Yeah, I mean, certainly stuck with, even when they did start letting up some goals in that first and third quarter, they were able to, just stick with it, able to claw back, able to take the lead. And they just kept fighting till the end, and they see a victory here tonight.
A big one, too, and their first conference victory of the season. They win in their first conference game. They'll have their game against Texas now, and after that, it's 3 road games against the other 3 ranked RMLC teams in Colorado State, BYU, and Utah Valley. So they'll have a tough road in the RMLC after this weekend. But anyways, it's been a wonderful senior night, and it was a wonderful game. 11-10, your final score. Buffaloes over the Utes. Thank you so much for tuning into Sco Buff Sports. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Harrison Simeon running the camera. Jared Miller aside me on color commentary. My name's Alex Roberts. We thank you as always for watching Sco Buff Sports. And good night. You heard it here first.